evening and welcome to it. This is Chess and Wine. My name is AD Bila. Excitedly back at you, back with you to let you know, first of all, before we get into anything, that now Chess and Wine is allowed to open up for memberships, right? So that means you can become a member of the Chess and Wine, right? For a small fee, monthly contribution, monthly allowance for some wine, monthly allowance for for data, monthly allowance for whatever, everything, for more gadgets, for better gadgets. You see, for recording, just to keep the channel growing. See what I mean? So you can either contribute to the 29 rand per month. I'm not sure if it's 29 or 39. Yeah, it's either 30 rands per month or it's 60 rands a month. I mean, 30 rand is just a glass of wine, or it's just the 30 rand airtime. So that's a porn section. And there's obviously 60 rands a month, and that is the night section, right? The 60 rand a month, either I buy a cheap bottle of wine with it, or I buy more data with it. So again, there's 125 rands a month, which is also something that you can give, and I buy a good bottle of wine for myself. Or again, I just keep the data going. You see what I mean? So more streams, more exclusive videos, and more things like that. That is the bishop section. That's for bishops, right? And then there's also I think there's a 225 rand and 224 rand per month, the top premium section, where I gotta buy a premium bottle of wine because you're a premium person, you're a king. You feel like, you know what, you deserve this much, Eddie. And that's what you're gonna be giving the channel per month. I'm so glad, because I mean, this has been the target for a while. I surpassed that 500 subscribers a very, very long time ago. But it's just that it was the hours of views that was elusive. You see what I mean? Because they're looking at the hours in the past. And the past, I don't know how many number of days or months. So it's finally we hit the target though. Let's forget about it. So yeah, on to the next target of 1,000 subscribers and more and more growth. Thank you very much for everything you do, for all the time that you spend watching the channel, or on the channel, or even the contributory stories that you bring, you give, like all the ones the one that I'm about to speak about right now as well. You see, such contributions are also valuable. And obviously, sometimes I know some people just let the whole thing, their whole channel play out on their TVs at home, and just Chess and Wine the whole day, just playing all of the videos, even though they've seen them before. It's all good. And I was so interested. I was so impressed. Actually, I don't even know if impressed. It was the first time somebody commented on how I should make the videos. I was like, Eddie, you were recording with your phone wait, now I'm forgetting the words. Is it put on portrait? Yes, on portrait, right? You need to put it on landscape. Your problem, Eddie, is that you think all of your subscribers or all of your viewers are poor. Some of us watch YouTube from TVs. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, I don't even, it's not even, it doesn't even make sense, but it makes sense. But it's not like if you're watching YouTube from your cell phone, then you're poor. But I mean, it was just a joke that this guy was making. Like, the thing is, some of us have smart TVs and we watch YouTube from TV, right? So when you have recorded on portrait, it's not easy for us to make up. The screen becomes very small. So put it on landscape. I'm like, oh, and then from then on, I just never went back. It's always on landscape. But such contributions, you see what I mean? But anyways, I also want to add the fact that obviously for members, I'm going to have some exclusive videos that I'm going to be showing. I've got a few in mind that I've been taking. I've been keeping on them. They are of a sensitive nature, so only those who have membership will see them. It's so crazy. But yeah, so I'll probably be making more and more of those again for at that time. And yes, one last thing. Shout out to the first two people. I haven't checked yet. I think the last time I checked, I had only 2 members, like joint members who were paying membership. It was this Fortune Makasa from Witbank, Evalateli, Chess Academy, and then it was Miss Olga from the Western Province, Cape Town Metro Chess. Shout out to you. So yeah, I thank you for that. So yeah, let's get to it. Chess and Wine. We're busy. We're recording. We've got let me leave this. There's a 1998 bottle of Simmons Estate wine. It's Pinotage, and if I pour it, it doesn't even look like wine anymore. Whew. But yeah, so today's stories. What does it look like if it's not looking like wine anymore? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, today we have two things that I actually wanted to speak about. I'm sure it should show on the title, right? So number one, I just wanted to follow up the timeline because I realized that there's a letter from South Africa that I missed this whole time. So this timeline from the moment that it was realized that there were, some lack of transparency within the organization of this African Youth Chess Championships and the selection of players. That is from the 7th of this month of June up until where we are today, or is it yesterday, where the most recent letter from South Africa came out. So all of the communications from then on, official communications, in fact, it's just that I'm going to try and look at that. Maybe some that have happened within the group. And then go to now the Fide Academy issues, especially on the very sensitive part where it touches on the players in the province where the tournament, where the event is being hosted. Because again, if you are hosting as a nation, as a province, as a region even, what are the benefits for that? Because certain things must come with benefits. We know it costs a lot to organize, but I mean, again, we go back to that point where we say, the moment you raise your hand to say, I can do this, you should not be looking to rip people off. You can do this because you come up with ways of ripping people off in order to make that money. Otherwise, just let it go and allow people who can handle the debt that comes with hosting such a big international event, handle it. Instead of making people suffer because of it, because a whole lot of people are suffering for it. And this just came through. So yeah, so I'm just going to try and touch on that bit. So, on a bit of a timeline. So I was speaking, because I think the person that was the first, or that was a key role player in exposing this whole thing was Mr. Lincoln September, the president of Bojanala Chess Federation. Obviously, we know Bojanala represents a whole lot of players already in the country. A whole lot of players who are, at that top level. They already have a number of players who are playing in the AYCC. They already have a whole lot of players who are looking to play in the future. So obviously, the issue of transparency and fairness, it touches deeper. Because again, if you're working with players, and you represent the interests of players, such things are sort of discouraging. And not to say that there are really some dodgy things happening, but when there's no transparency and then there's silence on the part of the people that are meant to explain all of this and make it clear to those people who are not understanding. Because again, now there's already a lot of people that are asking questions. I'm getting a whole lot of texts from people who are saying, there's a player in under 12 girls, number 18. Though she finished 18 and now she's playing in the AYCC. What happened? Because number 6 did not qualify, or number 6 did not get invited, but number 18 got invited. What happened? I don't know. Maybe that person comes from a Fide Academy. Maybe not. Maybe they're closer to. I don't know what other criteria will just pop up. Like, they must just explain all these things. But again, it'll come out here as well. Fide Academy players representing their academies must be highlighted. It must show that this player represents this academy, so that this confusion can be reduced a great deal. This will definitely reduce the confusion. I think that was the part. So now I'm looking at the video and it's already very long, and I was going to go through all of this and it's so long. But again, the main point is Fide Academy players, we know that they're no longer getting colors. That's true, that's good. But number two, they must also not be representing South Africa. They must not appear as RSA players because they were not selected. There was a final list of players selected to represent South Africa that was released, signed by Andre Levax. Whew. All right, so yeah, with this timelines that I wanted to go through, I wanted to make a whole video on this alone, but now it's just a very long video that can't be on that. So on the 7th of June, as this actually came out from Mr. Lincoln September himself, he created a group where he said people that have questions on this, because again, I had this very deep question of how did we get to litigation? Because again, we were very sensitive. We're normally very sensitive on the issue of involving lawyers with chess. Like, we were sensitive with it happening with Hendrik du Toit always being lawyers in chess meeting. We mustn't stop being sensitive about it now that Bojanala president is doing it. right? But we must ask the questions. Why? What happened? Because I also asked the question, why go straight to that, to litigation? And it's like, no, that's not where it started. That's how it started. On the 7th of June, the first person I contacted when I saw the player list was Andre Levax. He couldn't answer, so I texted him. His response was, academies are allowed to select players as per youth selection policy, AYCC policies, and Fide policies. And he left it there. On 8th June, I wrote to the Chesa board elect and copied the provincial leaders. I will attach the copy of my letter below. On 8th June, I received a response from the secretary of Chesa board elect telling me to follow procedure and to contact Northwest Province chairs. On 8th June, I replied and made it clear that I will not be communicating via my province. I informed them that I will be starting a social media campaign to expose the president-elect and that I will also contact some news agencies. I urged them to still do the right thing. Number 5, on 5 June, I shared the table of the selection policy requirements versus the president-elect's son with them and gave them a heads up that I would be publishing it on social media if they do not act. So that means they did not act still. Number 6, on 8th June, I received a call from Lindo Ngubane, Vice President 1 of Chess South Africa, President of KZN Chess. I received a call from Lindo. After having a cordial discussion, I agreed to stand down whilst he sorts matters on their side. On the 7th of June, I received a statement from Lindo. I will post it below. Coupled with the statement was a message that it was the response as promised, with a note that says, united we stand and divided we fall. 12th June, my attorneys contacted them and insisted that they stick to the policy, which is a very good thing. Again, it's not suing. It's just, please, we have a policy in place. Please stick to it. I guess that's what the letter from the lawyers is saying. So let's just first look at the letter that was sent by Mr. Link in September to Africa, to the Chesa board elect, right? To the attention of Miss Liesel Ajum, Chesa South Africa Executive Board elect, copy CC Mr. Andre Levax. And then Chess South Africa Council members. Dear Liesel, I am writing to express serious concerns regarding the recent development related to the selections of and awarding of National Federation Colors to players for the African Youth Chess Championships AYCC 2024. For starters, the president-elect of Chess South Africa's son, who did not participate in the South African Junior Closed Chess Championships SHACC 2024, has been included in the South African squad for the AYCC and will seemingly be awarded with National Federation colors. This situation raises significant questions about adherence to our established selection policies and the consistency in the application thereof. In February 2024, the Commonwealth Chess Championship 2024 held in Malaysia, no player was awarded Protea colors or Chessa colors. Players were also forbidden to wear National Federation clothes, and rightly so, because there were no proper competitive selection criteria. Yet, this is suddenly not applicable anymore, as players who did not participate in any competitive selection process, especially the SHACC, are now allowed National Federation colors and don the green and gold. If true, it means that the president-elect's son benefits directly from this deviation from policy and standard practice. When I questioned Andre about his son's selection, he stated that there was nothing wrong with selection occurring via FIDE-approved academies. However, there is no record indicating which academy his son or any other academy players, for that matter, belongs to, or how his selection was justified under these terms. It must be noted that South Africa has only 2 Tier 1 and Tier 2 FIDE academies which get to register players. This is Mzansi Chess Academy and KwaZulu-Natal Chess Academy, Tier 2. This means that the president-elect's son must have come through one of these academies, presuming that he is an existing member. This lack of transparency is concerning and undermines the credibility of our selection process. Social media is already buzzing with pictures from FIDE Academy players with their new National Federation clothes. This is undeserving and unacceptable. Given these issues, I urge you and the Executive Committee to forbid, number 1, forbid the awarding of National Federation colors to any player who has not qualified through the SHACC or the SA Senior Closed Championships. 2, forbid any academy player to wear National Federation clothes. 3, disclose the criteria and process through which the president-elect's son was selected for the AYCC, including the specific FIDE-approved academy involved. 4, confirm whether any commitments were made to non-qualifying players regarding the awarding of National Federation colors, and if so, on what basis these commitments were made. The conflict of interest in this situation is glaringly apparent and unacceptable. It is imperative that Chess South Africa upholds the integrity of our selection processes and policies to maintain fairness and transparency for all players. I look forward to your prompt response and clarification on these matters, especially considering that the AYCC kicks off in a week from now, right? That's from the 8th, right? For sincerely yours, Lincoln September President Bojana Laches. That's all now, and that is obviously dated 8 June, right? So we got that. We got that part. I'm trying. Yes. Hey, and then obviously there was a response, which I had earlier missed, on the 9th of June, the one that he's referring to. That is from Lindongu Bane. So that statement from Chess South Africa, 8 June. We are issuing this statement to address a few important matters. Upholding the Constitution. We want to inform our members that we will always uphold the Chess South Africa Constitution, ensuring fairness and transparency in all our actions. Safeguarding and POPIA Act. We will take action to all those affecting children's lives or has a potential of attacking children in the name of chess. Okay, I don't get that. Player equality. Players are always our priority, and we are committed to treating all players equally without any form of discrimination. This applies to everyone. We distance ourselves from any defamatory narratives concerning the players. All players have the right to belong to any club or academy. Academy participation. Academies are not registered with Chess South Africa but with FIDE, which provides specific requirements for participation in chess events. Academies and AYCC participation. ACC, African Chess Confederation regulations allow FIDE registered academies to send 2 players per age group and gender group to the AYCC. The Expo considered Section 11 of the 2016 Youth Selection Policy, which deals with academies. Based on the policy's provision for the Federation to allow academies to wear Federation colors when traveling with Team South Africa, the Expo decided to award colors since it was only a few players. However, no school, academic, sponsor, or donor letters will be issued. So this is where that part came from. It's only a few players. So because it's only a few players traveling with Chess South Africa, they're getting the colors. Not that they deserve it, not that it's part of policy, but just because it's only a few players. Okay, policy amendments. That's another point. It is our responsibility to amend the policies that have loopholes, especially concerning national or federation colors. Federation colors are awarded by the federation, but the players are not representing the federation, they are representing the academies. So why wear colors of a federation that you're not representing? Because if you were representing the federation, you would have qualified through the federation. Some things are just simple sense. Yeah, so national Protea colors are awarded by SASCOC. The Expo elect also verified in accordance with point 4 under clause 2 of the 2024 AYCC regulations, indicating that each African FIDE endorsed academy will be allowed to enter 2 players in each category subject to payment of their board and lodging, as well as other prescribed fees such as registration fees and ACC tournament fees. FIDE endorsed academy members must stay at the official accommodation without exemption. Awarding of federation colors. The players selected to the SHACC in the SHACC were awarded federation colors with all associated benefits. Academy selection criteria. Academies select their own players. It is not appropriate for us to hold academies accountable to their selection criteria without first issuing them proper guidelines. Acknowledging concerns, we think the council and individuals we thank the council and individuals for raising these matters, as it helps us grow and correct mistakes. Good, correct mistakes. Reporting structure. We wish to state that any club matters should be reported to the region, regional matters to the province, and provincial matters to the national level for proper addressing. These are national and international matters, eh? Yeah, no, these are not the club matters. These are not regional matters. But we are committed to maintaining the integrity of our selection processes and ensuring fairness and transparency for all players. We appreciate your understanding and support as we navigate these matters. The selection of the players was conducted through the processes outlined above. The participating endorsed academies allows for additional players, which can include those related to executive members, provided they meet the criteria set by the academies and FIDE. This almost answers the question. This came very close to actually resolving everything. We understand the concerns about potential conflicts of interest. The players did not receive any preferential treatment outside of the established rules and processes for academy participation. And the only thing that would settle everything is just to show which academies they're representing. Then if anyone has a question, they'll go straight to the academy and leave them alone. It's that easy. Wow. We are committed to maintaining transparency and fairness. Any perceived conflict will be addressed through the proper channels, ensuring that all decisions are in the best interest of our players and the integrity of the selection process. Chess South Africa Executive Board condemns any personal attacks on the president or board members. Decisions taken by Chess South Africa Expo have always been taken as a collective and not individual. Any individual who brings Chess SA into disrepute will face disciplinary actions. Any individual. This is like you are bringing the Chess South Africa into disrepute, Expo. That you must be taken into disciplinary action. Honestly, the disrepute that you're putting SA Chess through for not handling this issue right. Yeah, it's serious. But anyways, we're not there. We're just trying to follow the outline, the whole matter as it went and as it unfolded. So yeah, after this, then I guess this is when the lawyers on the 12th June, attorneys contacted them. But I'm just curious. I want to see. So 12th June is the date of the lawyers, but then there's 13th June, the Eastern Cape letter. Because I also want to get to the Eastern Cape letter quickly before we close everything. Let me just look at the lawyer's letter. It was somewhere here. I did say that the lawyer's letter is long, right? But it just says to Chess South Africa. It's from Cohen Harper Madizela, the attorneys, and it's to Chess South Africa, non-compliance with the rules of the association. So I guess this was just meant to put agency into things, right? We act on behalf of Mr. Lincoln September, being a member in good standing of Chess South Africa. We are instructed as follows. On 18 December 2016, Chess South Africa adopted a youth selection policy, which inter alia sets out clear requirements in relation to the awarding of National Federation colors, wearing of National Federation clothing, and the participation onto various high-profile tournaments, including the African Youth Chess Championships, AYCC, which is the tournament that we're talking about now. It goes without saying that the fair and consistent application of the policy is essential in order to ensure that highly sought-after awards and recognitions, inclusive of National Federation colors, are awarded based on merit and not on an ad hoc basis, and or to players who happen to be connected with or related to members and executive boards of Chess South Africa. You see, I'm happy that this comes from lawyers. If it came from anyone else, it would be but anyway, so but you see, it doesn't look like, that's the point. It mustn't look like people are getting this preferential treatment because they're connected to people in the LOC, to the executive members. That's what it says, right? So any deviation or inconsistent application of the policy or nepotism in relation to the awards issued in terms thereof or participation in high-profile events would serve to fundamentally undermine the veracity of Chess South Africa and the participation and awards system that it utilizes, including in relation to youth players. This would be avoided at all costs. This should be avoided at all costs. Seriously, it just takes away the value. If some people can simply pay for it, why do you work hard for it? Right? Again, if anybody can just wear the colors, That's like wearing a big brand, an expensive brand, right? Like, it's just money. Like, it's devaluing the colors, right? So yeah, okay. 2.4. It says, in terms of clause 4.1 of the policy, all players who wish to be considered for international participation must participate in the South African Junior Closed Chess Championship. It says must. Further in terms, you see, it makes sense if you look at it. If they must represent South Africa, they must play, yes, in the what? In the SHACC, the junior selections event. Because if one can because it's costly attending the SHACC, right? If one can do it just because they've got a title, they can just bypass it. Simple. They save money. If one can do it through the academy, they're already coached by an academy. They already play through an academy. What's the point of wasting some more money playing at the junior closed? Because the point is to qualify to the high event. If automatically you've got a title, then you qualify, then so be it. If automatically you were part of an academy, then so be it. What's the point? Then the SHACC will just become useless now. Then more and more people will just go join the academies and not play the SHACC. Where does it end? But anyways, it's the rule, right? It's what it is. But again, the rule is that even if you have qualifying through an academy, you must have played the junior closed championships. So you finish last, you finish at the lower, whatever. We'll see. So furthermore, in terms of the policy, Chess South Africa may award National Federation colors to youth participants selected to participate in continental and international chess events held under the auspices of Chess South Africa, including continental and international school events. The decision to award National Federation colors is taken by the executive board. Okay, I did say that this is a very long a list of things, obviously, which is all of the policies which have been transgressed in a way. So yeah, so point number one, I think it's the last point. It's point number 7. So in light of the above, so let me just start from point 6. The policy thus gives rise to contractual rights enforceable by members. Contractual rights enforceable by members, which is us. This is especially the case given the cloud of nepotism in relation to the selection of persons and the issuance of honors, which is to the detriment of all members. In light of the above, we are instructed to demand, as we hereby do, that Chess South Africa applies the existing policy in terms of the awarding of honors and participation of players at the AYCC. 7.2, the president-elect's son and all other non-qualifying players under the policy shall forthwith be removed by Chess South Africa as recognized players at the AYCC. 7.3, no honors or awards whatsoever, including National Federation colors, will be issued to players who do not qualify for said awards, including the president-elect's son. We require written undertakings to the above effect by no later than 13 hours on Friday, the 14th of June, 2024. Should we not receive said written undertakings, our client reserves the right to take appropriate age and legal steps to enforce the executive board to comply with the rules, policies, and procedures of Chess South Africa. Our client's rights remain fully reserved. Faithfully yours faithfully. Corin Harper Matikizan. So, after this came this letter from the council members, right? So obviously it's the executive board is council members. So most decisions are said to be taken through the council, the Chess SA Council, which is representative of the provinces, all 9 provinces of South Africa, including Playcom. But Playcom is nowhere to be seen right now, and people are asking questions. Where is Playcom? Playcom National, where is Mabusela? Where is Anzal Lobsher? Okay, so now Eastern Cape, as one of the council members, has released a media release, a statement of their own. Eastern Cape Chess distances itself from Chess SA selection scandal. Ooh. The Eastern Cape Chess Association distances itself from the recent selection scandal surrounding the Chess South Africa. Chess reports reports have emerged that the selection policy was not followed, resulting in players being unfairly excluded from the national team. As a Provincial Chess Association, we are committed to upholding the principles of fairness, transparency, and good governance. We are deeply concerned that the selection process was not conducted in a manner that reflects these values. We stand in solidarity with the players who have been affected by this scandal and demand answers to the questions that have been raised. It is unacceptable that players who have dedicated their time and energy to the sport are being left in the dark. We call on Chess South Africa and Players Commission to take immediate action to address this situation, provide clarity on the selection process, and ensure that all players are treated fairly and with respect. That point about Players Commission, snap. It just reminded me, you remember Players Commission during the elections? It was just a very active thing, establishing provinces, representatives, and then there was a national representative, and they had to select 2 national reps who would go to cast the vote. It was a big thing. They were involved. But it's like Players Commission is not, since the board elect has started, there was no Player Commission communication, no communication with the player. Even trips were taken to the African Games without Player Commission involvement, but though we saw the representatives being there with them. It's just crazy. And now Player Commission is now being, the issue of Player Commission is being raised here in this letter. And the Player Commission representatives, I don't know where they are. If you happen to see them, that's Anzal Lopshe and Mabusela Johannes, International Master. Come, yes. Let them know that, hey, they are needed here. Have their say, have your voice. Or even if you just tell people that, hey, there is no Player Commission in South Africa. It doesn't exist. And then the Expo must deal with that. But still, people have the right to ask for where is Anzal Lopshe? Where is Johannes Mabusela in these issues? Because it's the players that are affected, right? Players commission must kick in now. It's your responsibility. So it continues, the letter continues, the last paragraph says, we will continue to monitor the situation and take appropriate action to protect the interests of our players. Regions and clubs should be to take precautionary measures. Parents and players must engage their clubs. Clubs must escalate the matters to regions, and we urge regions to report such matters to the province. In case of emergency, we may entertain such queries so that players may not be deprived of opportunities they deserve due to time. In case of emergency. Luzu Kondinise, Eastern Cape Chess Association. There it is. And after that comes a letter now from Chess South Africa. I think that's the last one, the most recent one. Let's go through that one quickly. There is no quick anymore. There's a long video. You must watch it in parts, right? Watch and stop. So yeah, now that's a statement from the 13th of June. Remember, they were given until 14th of June by the lawyers, the attorneys from Lincoln September. And it says, we are issuing this statement to address a few important matters. Number one, there's no number one. The National Council of Chess South Africa held an emergency virtual meeting last night, the 12th of June 2024 at 7 to 11:30 at night to reflect, debate, and resolve on a number of issues, including but not limited to the following national selections colors: Fide debt repayment plan, AYCC, and some public spats flying around in the social media about the Chess SA and its leaders. Wow, okay, Fide debt. It's another thing. So yeah, Expo elect would like to indicate that there were robust discussions on all these matters, but at the end, the Expo were there were some points of convergence which resulted into council resolutions. One of these resolutions involves the Chess SA colors, which were awarded to the academies. This statement only seeks to communicate and update the chess community and the general public about this resolution, which appears to communicate and update, which appears to be urgent, to clarify so that there is no confusion. Let me just read that paragraph one more time. No, that sentence. This statement only seeks to communicate and update the chess community and the general public about the resolution, which appears to be urgent, to clarify so that there is no confusion. A comprehensive statement covering all other resolutions will be published later. Oh, you know it's probably published already, but you know how inefficient this expo is. The letter from the 8th of June, I only got it yesterday, the 13th of June. I mean, it only got to me. I don't know how. I don't know where they release them, where they send them when they release them, because they don't have we have a news desk that they are trying not to recognize. We've got, they're trying to do their own things. They're trying to have their own channels of communication and ignore the already existing channels of communication. What is going on? But this is crazy. Why though? Why are you trying to reinvent everything? There's channels of communication already. There's groups, right? Like send on those groups. Yeah, it's a chess thing. It involves everyone. If not, get your PRO to speak to Chess and Wine or any other outlet, because we're going to speak about these issues and we need to know what's happening. So press releases for everyone. It's not like I feel special because I'm contacted by you with new updates. It's so crazy. Okay, so yeah. There it is. So it continues. After robust and long discussions considering all facts and reasons for and against the proposition to award any colors, including the Chess SA colors, to the academies as was arrived at and implemented by Expo Elect, Council resolved that the decision be reversed and therefore the awarding of colors to Chess Academies withdrawn. But if there is any of the affected players who might have bought the clothes already, must completely cover, shade off the logo of Chess South Africa if they want to wear the clothes. Otherwise, they may wear their academy colors. Makes sense. While this resolution may unsettle some who already bought the clothes, the Expo Elect sees the resolution as a win-win situation for all compared to the consequences that may follow if we proceed with it as is. Expo Elect, on behalf of Council and all involved in chess, would like to apologize to those it may affect negatively. As mentioned earlier, Expo Elect believes that this is a win-win situation for all of us, and as such, we urge all to accept the decision. Chess SA Expo Executive Board condemns any personal attacks on players or anyone in chess, and we will be taking serious action. This is a threat. We will be taking actions to those that are taking minors. Cyberbullying there's some negative consequences in people's lives in our country. We request people to use proper channels to address matters in chess. Consider safeguarding programs. The above decision was taken by a collective of Chess South Africa Board, Elect, and National Council members in attendance. Gauteng, Free State, Limpopo, KwaZulu-Natal, Mpumalanga, Northern Cape, Northwest, and Western Cape. Please note that Eastern Cape is excluded here, and Playcom is also excluded here. And that is the end of this communication. Wow. So I see there's a Fide debt that must be paid. And the question of the Fide debt kind of raises another smaller, bigger question. Because here's a few things. I think we've sort of updated now in terms of this issue. But apparently there are Fide Academies, which obviously we've already deliberated on, who are bringing players. And as we've read somewhere here, it says that Fide Academies must, players from Fide Academies must stay at the official accommodation. So what happens when they don't have to stay at official accommodation? With other players, if players are not playing at official accommodation, they are charged a levy of 1,000 rands. So they can obviously pay that 1,000 rand and then choose to stay anywhere else. But with Fide Academies, apparently, they are charging them 5,000 rands, which is crazy. I don't even know where that comes from. Nobody, but like people, I mean, it will help if there's an explanation as to where does that amount come from, that 5,000 rand. How did you get to that 5,000 rand that you're charging Fide Academies? One point. And number two, where does it go? Does it go to the hotel? Does it go to the LOC? Or does it go to Chess South Africa? Does it go to Gauteng? Because remember, this is why somebody inquired, went to, apparently called Andrew Levax to the president-elect of Chess South Africa to say, Why are we being charged so much? Then he was like, hey, I don't know. This is not my thing. Vicky's in charge. In fact, yeah. Vicky calls the shots. Speak to Vicky. How is Vicky in charge when this is a Chess South Africa event? But then people forget that this is not a Chess South Africa event. This is a Gauteng chess event. But then now, since it's a Gauteng chess event, will South Africa not incur any more debt from FIDE via this event? Especially after it has been played, there's a whole lot of debt that come out. Will South Africa now, Chess South Africa, also get to benefit from some of the money? Will they get a percentage of the profits made? Because obviously there's going to be profits made from the event. Or not? Like all of these 5,000 that we're talking about, where are they going? Well, this event is so crazy. Listen to this. It's happening in South Africa. It's a FIDE event, but it's hosted by a province, right? FIDE body. FIDE recognizes the National Federation, not provinces. Gauteng Chess is not a member of FIDE. I doubt if Gauteng Chess is a member of FIDE. That can never be. Therefore, FIDE cannot award Gauteng Chess. It doesn't make sense, right? If it's a FIDE event. But they can award Chess South Africa. Which means if we're not careful, when there's a time for debts to be paid, FIDE won't go to Gauteng Chess. It will go to what? To Chess South Africa and say we want our money for 1, 2, 3. And then South Africa would have to go to Vicky or Gauteng Chess and say, hey, FIDE wants this money, and Vicky will be like, yeah, there was no money made. I don't know. I'm just saying. Why would he say there was no money made? But again, you see, Chess South Africa needs to be careful around things like that, especially now. Again, I was actually trying to make sense of the confusion. So it's hosted, obviously, in South Africa, but it's a Gauteng chess event. In Gauteng, it must be hosted in a region, right? And it's hosted in a region called Ekurhuleni, where Kopanong is. So it's obviously going to be rated under Ekurhuleni in chess, right? Ekurhuleni Chess Federation. Because Gauteng as a province doesn't have, so it's going to be hosted under Ekurhuleni. But listen to this: the president of Ekurhuleni Chess, that is Mr. Ulrich Grootboom, is also the vice president of the deputy president or vice president of Gauteng Chess. But he is nowhere involved in any of this event. Why? He is not an arbiter. He's not in the LOC. I checked in the list of LOC members. He's not there. I mentioned them last time. Vicky Magu is the convener. Tournament director is Sean Leviton, the president of Johannesburg Metro Chess. There's Lizelle Botma, who's the treasurer. I think she's also a member of the Ekurhuleni Chess Executive. And there's Communication Karen Lo, Tshwane Chess president. And then there's Andre Levax, logistics coordinator, the president of Chess South Africa, elect. What happened to the president of Ekurhuleni? Why is he not involved, eh? And honestly, one last point at the end. Yo, this video is so long and I'm so saddened by that. I'm going to try and divide it. What do we say to the kids who are within walking distance of Kopanong Hotel? They leave Ekurhuleni, who are now told that because they're coming through the academies, they have to pay 5,000 rands just so they could walk to the venue. 5,000 rands just because they can't stay at the venue. Because staying at the official accommodation is 13,000 rands for the whole duration of the tournament. What say you to that? Isn't that supposed to be special cases? Because people leaving in Gauteng should not be staying in the official accommodation. Or should they? Or should they should be at least allowed, right? Or even if they're not allowed, should they be charged so much money? It makes sense that if you are in the whoa. So what are these players who are in the local federation? I mean the region, the local region. Because I guess the communication was that players who were from regions in Gauteng must not, they can still stay somewhere else and not pay the levies, right? But then now those ones who are from the region of Ekurhuleni, but coming in through Fide Academies, are now forced and being sent letters threatened that if they don't pay the 5,000 rands, they're going to be removed and be replaced because these spots are for sale. Oh my God. This has been it from me, Chess and Wine. Good evening.